Yo, what is going on, guys? Freak Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Before we get started though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. With that much more being said though, we can go ahead and go into the watch list. It is another short one just because there aren't that many setups. But going into earnings this week, New Year's, is this week as well. There isn't much going on. You can see we have two stocks reporting, and they're stocks that I've never heard of before, so there's no reason for me to look at them closely or even keep an eye on them. So for the meantime, we're good off of earnings, nothing to worry about on that end. Of course, everyone's favorite part of the entire watch list is the actual watch list itself. So first things first, you guys know I like to start off with the indexes. We have ES and NQ. So as far as ES here, I am looking to the downside here at 59.80. You can see that is the area we have wicked off of before, and we haven't had a strong close below that. So 59.80 to the downside, or if we happen to climb back up and see some upside, 6100 would be an ideal area to see some more upside if we were to continue to see anything to the upside on the market overall. So that is all I got for ES. We have no trend lines to worry about on that, so we're good on that end. Going into NQ here, we do have a trend line on the 15-minute that I do want to show you guys real quick. It's obviously, since it's on the 15-minute, it's only developed for a day or two. You can see that breaks out around 21,900, which with the range with NQ that I am currently looking at, it is between 21,500. As you can see here, that is the low or the double bottom that we are currently sitting at for this whole week, and then anything above 22,000 is what I'm keeping an eye out for NQ for a breakout to the upside. So it's around a 500-point range. We're stuck in the middle for the meantime. So going into Monday or even this week, it'll be pretty interesting to see if we can either break out from the upside with this or break down from the downside. Downside preferably, just because that's where the better setup is set up around with NQ. So that's what I'm going to be keeping a close eye on for that. But that is the trend line to keep an eye out for. Now, like I said, it is a short watch list. There isn't too much going on because of New Year's. Not that many stocks reporting like you guys saw for earnings. So relatively short. Market's going to be a little bit slower, a little bit choppier even. So with first thing that I want to mention is NVIDIA. NVIDIA here, 135 doesn't look bad. I was talking with the chat yesterday when we were doing our charting session that we do every Saturday. Is even though NVIDIA has been in this range, the thing you want to keep in mind is with these stocks is that even with these high liquidity stocks, that's the thing to keep in mind and to note down is with high liquidity stocks like NVIDIA and Tesla that are always liquid to the downside or upside, it's okay to play inside the range. You just have to make sure there is a valid setup within their range. Whether it be some sort of wedge break into a key level, some sort of trend line break into a key level, a trend line break into a gap play, a consolidation break into a flat bottom. Whatever the case is, right? In this instance, I would be looking at 135, and potentially the safer entry would maybe be around 134.50, but 135 just because they are more prone to set up some sort of limit order at the 135 level than at some cent level, right? That's just how stocks work. So realistically on NVIDIA, I'd be looking at 135 with room down to 134. First target would be 134.50. As you can see, that is roughly the area that we've been wicking off of for the past few days. And then after that, room down to 134. So pretty simple setup, but this is one of those setups where it's really going to depend a lot on market sentiment and where we're heading from there. Next up is Teslito. And it's actually our only stock left on the watches. Like I said, it's pretty short. So first thing I want to note is this 4-hour trend line that we have on the 4-hour time frame. You can see how many times we've been bouncing off of it, and then recently on Friday we happened to close right below it. Now, obviously, that does come with wicks, but this is something to keep an eye out for some continuation to the downside in case we start to see that weakness on Tesla. And we all know, if you guys have been following Tesla pretty closely, how weak that sentiment can really be on this stock. So first things first on Tesla that I'm looking at, like I said, it's a pretty simple setup. I will be looking at 426. Now, this is a pretty choppy area, but again, this goes back to the idea with same thing with NVIDIA is with these really high liquid stocks, it's okay to play within these in-between areas as long as there's some form or some sort of setup. So for the meantime, I'll be keeping an eye out for 426 or 425. 425 would maybe be the safer entry, just based on the way that Tesla moves and the way how the stock works. But realistically, looking at 426 and then 425 would be the ideal target with a breakdown below that. After that, I'd be looking at 420, and then after 420, 410 would be the real key level that we'd be keeping an eye out for on Tesla, which is relatively far away. To the upside, don't have anything. Tesla really, as of recently, has been a stock really dependent on a lot of intraday moves or intraday setups, which isn't the worst thing in the world. You just want to be really careful when trading Tesla because it can be a tricky stock for a lot of new people. But if you're experienced like most people are in stock hours, then you're gonna have an easy time navigating the market with this kind of stock. So but yeah, that's about it for the watch list, guys. Like I said, pretty short, pretty simple, just because it's the New Year's, not that many stocks reporting as far as earnings report goes. In the market overall, it's just kind of in a weird spot right now after that sell-off that we recently had. So, but with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And with that much more being said, hope you guys enjoyed the holidays and have a good New Year's. Peace out.